There are strong devil fruits, and there are not so strong devil fruits. However you feel about devil fruits, there's one thing for certain. These top 5 devil fruits are without a doubt the strongest in the entire series. Today, we're going to be going on a journey through the weird world of devil fruits. Devil fruits are notoriously confusing and strange, and have all sorts of interesting abilities, like making a sword into an elephant, or turning into a giant dragon fish thing. There's definitely a lot of oddities that arise from devil fruits and devil fruit users, but today, we're going to be ranking the top 5 strongest devil fruits in One Piece. The rules for this top 5 list are going to be as follows. Rule number 1, the devil fruits must be canon. They can't be some one-shot filler bullshit. Rule number 2, the devil fruits must be real, so no artificial devil fruits. Sorry, Momo. And finally, rule 3, there are no rules. That's right, forget the first 2 rules. We are going full anarchy up in here. That's right, filler fruits, artificial fruits, they're all allowed. It doesn't matter. Alright, now that the rules are taken care of, or the lack thereof, let's get right into it. Starting off with number 5, we have the Pika Pika no Mi, or the Glint Glint fruit. This devil fruit is a Logia type that allows the user to manipulate and create light. They can also turn their body into light. We see Admiral Kizaru with this power at both Marineford and the Sabaody Archipelago arc. This devil fruit allows the user the ability to move at the speed of light, which is still not faster than Lucky Roo, somehow. Basically, it makes the user of this fruit untouchable. Up until the last few chapters of One Piece, where we find out that Vegapunk has been working on those gloves that can touch light. So it kind of brings into perspective the actual capabilities of beating this devil fruit. Anyway, it's still a pretty strong devil fruit, so I'm going to give it a rating of 5 lamps. Anyway, moving on to number 4 with the Ape Ape no Mi, or the Op Op fruit. Owned currently by Trafalgar D. Law, this devil fruit grants the user the ability to create an operating room, a space where they can manipulate people and objects. This ability is powerful and can incapacitate almost any threat. Also, with Law's awakening, the Op Op fruit grants him the ability to create an R room, which acts as a remote cell of the room. So the user of this ability can manipulate objects and people close to him and far away. The Op Op fruit's awakening also allows the user to use the Eternal Youth Surgery, which grants a target eternal youth in exchange for the user's own life. The theory is that Blackbeard wanted Law's fruit for this very reason. This brings up a lot of different questions surrounding the Op Op fruit and the Eternal Youth Surgery, like, is the recipient of the Eternal Youth Surgery immortal? Or do they just not die of natural causes? Like, could they still be shot and killed by a gun? Or is it just they don't age? Regardless of the full implications of the Eternal Youth Surgery, it's pretty clear to see that this devil fruit is insanely powerful. It was stated by Rosinante that the Op Op fruit can't be fully utilized unless the user is sufficient in medical knowledge, i.e. they have to be a doctor to use it to its full potential. That being said, that's why I didn't put it any higher on this list, is because probability that the user of the Op Op fruit is a doctor of all things in the One Piece world, that's probably pretty low. I'm gonna give this devil fruit a score of 4 doctors. Coming in at number 3, we have the Yami Yami no Mi, or the Dark Dark fruit. Current user is Marshall D. Teach, aka Blackbeard. This is a Logia type devil fruit that allows the user to manipulate and control darkness. Blackbeard said early on that the fruit also has the power to swallow anything around it. Many people think of this devil fruit with having the power of a black hole, and it just takes in everything that walks into its path. This also has some sort of pocket dimension ability, as Blackbeard can store things that get swallowed up by his darkness. The real kicker of this devil fruit is that it grants the user the ability to negate other devil fruit powers and abilities. We see this when Blackbeard fights Ace and stops his Mera Mera no Mi powers. This is pretty much the anti-devil fruit. It has powers that work well against devil fruit users specifically. This devil fruit has a lot of speculation and mystery surrounding it. Many people have theorized that there is a lot more to this fruit than meets the eye, and I would tend to agree with that. I'm curious to see just how deep the rabbit hole goes with the Yami Yami no Mi. I'm gonna give it 3 black holes. Coming in at number 2, we have Luffy's devil fruit, the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika, or the Human Human fruit model Nika. This fruit was initially called the Gum Gum fruit, But as we found out during the Wano arc, that was a pseudonym to hide the devil fruit's real abilities. Non-awakened, it grants the user the ability to stretch and morph their body into basically any shape they want. It's almost as if their body were made of rubber. Remember when people were talking about how this could possibly be a resin fruit and not really a rubber fruit when its name was in question during Wano? I'm just so glad that Oda didn't go that route and he went the route that he did, because I think that that was just stupid. Anyway, in an awakened form, this fruit allows the user to manipulate the actual environment and stretch it to however they want. We see in the final battle between Kaido and Luffy, Luffy's like grabbing and manipulating lightning, which was interesting. This is kind of like an ode to older classical cartoons like Tom and Jerry or Looney Tunes, where the cartoon characters could manipulate their environment at will. It's kind of like cartoon physics, but it's just a really interesting idea. I really like it. This devil fruit doesn't have too many weaknesses. I would say that its main weakness is being unawakened, because you can't really get the full utilization out of it or the full potential out of it that you could if you awakened it. Because unawakened, it's kind of not that great. There's a recoil time with your stretching ability. Oda stated that Luffy is weak to blade and cutting attacks. It's also stated that Luffy can stretch himself to about 72 gum-gums. I have no fucking idea what that means, but I'm very curious to see how Luffy's going to use this fruit to its full potential in the final battle of One Piece. I will give this devil fruit a score of 2 rubbers. Finally, coming in at number 1, we have Dr. Vegapunk's devil fruit, the Nomi Nomi Nomi, or the Brain fruit. This devil fruit allows the user to store and memorize an infinite amount of knowledge. The only downside to this is that the user's brain grows along with the amount of knowledge that they store, which, being the genius that he is, Dr. Vegapunk has already figured out a way around this by splitting up his body into 6 different clones. It's easy to see how this can be the best and most overpowered devil fruit in the entire series. This devil fruit ability is so overpowered that the world government is willing to give Vegapunk whatever he wants. As long as he's on their side, they'll give him whatever, and he can work out whatever he wants to on his private island. Another problem with this is that Vegapunk was already a super genius. I'm not sure how well this devil fruit would work if you're not already super smart, but if you're like smart enough, if you're like an average person, I think that this could be still a super overpowered devil fruit. Also, another downside would be if the user isn't really interested in learning things. Now, given that humans in the One Piece world, they're already very curious, I think, and just humans in general are curious, so I don't think that would really be an issue. Basically, if that happened, it would just fill the user's head with a bunch of useless garbage that they didn't care about and nobody else cared about. Oh, wait, that sounds like somebody I know. Anyway, I think that the brain fruit would be pretty useful, especially in the world of One Piece, where there's so much mystery, intrigue, espionage, cover-ups, where having knowledge at your fingertips would be the most powerful weapon you could have. I will give this devil fruit a score of 1 brain. How would you use the brain fruit in the One Piece world? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, that's all from me. Please like and subscribe if you want to. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.